Hi guys, it's Catherine with A Perfect Place to Start, and today we're going to do a fun rendition of Crafting with Your Stash called Crafting with Your Cauldron, and it's a challenge put on by my dear friend Kiki DIYs. So let's get started to see what I came up with. So for today's project, I'm going to be using 3 of these Dollar Tree frames that I picked up in the summertime, along with some scrapbook paper that I have had just lying around. And I'm going to take the insert out of the frame, and then I'm going to paint the frame with the Ink by Waverly chalk paint. So next I'm going to take the insert and I'm going to pop off the circle part, and I'm going to measure the square with my scrapbook paper, and then I'm just going to glue that square onto the back of that, and then I'm going to paint my circle with some white chalk paint by Waverly. Next I'm going to take this stencil that I picked up from a garage sale over the summer, and it looks like it's an older stencil from Hobby Lobby, but it is several different faces for like pumpkins. There's a pumpkin face, a ghost, a cat, and I'm going to use the cat for this first one, and then I'm just going to take some Ink by Waverly chalk paint and use it in the stencil part. Look at that cute kitty face. So next we're going to take our black chalk paint and the stencil brush, and we're just going to go around the edges all the way around. The next thing we're going to add to this is a little bow that I tied together as a shoelace bow with some twine that I had laying around that came from the Dollar Tree. And then we're just going to hot glue this little bow underneath the kitty face. The last thing we have to do is just glue this back onto the scrapbook paper, and so I'm just going to put some hot glue on the back here and then stick it onto the scrapbook paper in the middle. So we are ready to add it back to the frame, and we are just going to put it back in there and use the clips that the frame had to close it in. The sun is up, the clouds are gone, but I'm still here with wounds on my feet. Where will you be? So we're going to follow these same steps to do the next picture, and I took the picture part that was in the frame out, traced my scrapbook paper, cut it out, glued it onto the square, and then I'm going to paint this circle white as well with the white Waverly chalk paint. So I'm measuring here to find the middle of the circle so that when I put the boo face on, I can make sure it's in the center. And then I'm just doing some touch up around there, and then I'm going to use the same twine and tie a little bow at the bottom of the ghost, and then I'm going to go around the edges with the black paint again, and then glue it onto the board and stick it back into the frame. So we're on to our third and final picture, and we're just following these same steps again. So we're going to paint the frame black, and then we took the insert out. We'll take the square part of the insert and trace it on the back of the scrapbook paper, and then we'll glue it on there. And then we're going to take the circle and paint it with the white Waverly paint again, and then we're going to cover the white with some orange or pumpkin Waverly chalk paint. I just find sometimes that when you give it sort of that primer coat, it's easier to cover with another color. And then we're going to use our same stencil, and we're just going to pick one of the pumpkin stencil faces, and we're going to stencil that onto our orange part. And then I have one more twine bow that I'm going to glue onto the bottom of this guy, and then I'm going to do that same step with the ink by Waverly chalk paint and go around with my stencil brush and then glue it back into the square part of the frame. They're one of my favorite things to pick up at the Dollar Tree, these frames. I did a project in the summertime using this frame as a dupe from Hobby Lobby, and I just think there's a lot that you can do with them. They're fun, and you can be creative, and they're a really good size. If you're liking today's video, I would love it if you gave me a thumbs up so it can help my channel grow. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet and you're loving this content, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and the bell so you're notified every time I make a new video. So when I decorate for Halloween, I'm into the fun, whimsical part of Halloween, not the scary part, and I really love the vintage vibe, and I have a lot of kind of older vintagey type looking decorations for Halloween, and so that's what inspired me to create the look that we have going on today. So we're ready for our final looks, and I have to say the ghost is definitely my favorite. He has the most vintage feel out of the three, but they are a very cute and fun set of pictures and totally ready to put them out for Halloween. Thank you for joining me today, and I'm so glad that you stayed with me and followed me on my journey today, and I hope it gives you some inspiration and that you find something that you're ready to create. And remember, wherever you are in your journey is a perfect place to start, and I will see you guys next time.